Next question. Metro financing, issue of great concern to many people in the entire region, really. What is the best way to secure the necessary financing for Metro in the future? I think, Mr. Alexander, you should go first on that.
Well, I would like to work with delegate to my right or the gentleman to my far right, whoever's in office at the time when we take office, to try to find some federal dollars to help us with Metro financing as well. Because what I'd like to do is what they do in some countries over in Scandinavia. I would like to make sure our seniors during non-rush hour hours are able to ride Metro for free. That's one thing I'd like to bring here to Washington, D.C. So I want to supplement. I don't want to see another price hike, if you will, but I'd like to find what the feds can chip in to make sure that we have the best running Metro system in the country.
Mayor Fenty?
Well, the district has stepped up in two ways. We have committed local dollars, as we said we would during the Williams administration when I was on the city council. So we have dedicated tax revenue. And we now have an agreement with the federal government wherein, because there's 2 more members of the board of WMATA, and because the federal government will have more of a say in the affairs, that they will contribute more money. I believe that with both of those in place, and maybe the board is going to vote on some changes in fares, hopefully they will keep it low, that the real key now is management. Because I believe that, that before we put a new infusion of dollars into WMATA, that we have to have a top flight manager, and that person has to be held much more accountable. And the 2 governors and I are working on ways that we are going to create that accountability by having much more intensive review about safety, about using better technology, about operations, and about making sure, quote unquote, that the trains run on time, the escalators, elevators, everything else. And those are the types of things I think are going to make Metro better faster.
Chairman Gray?
I think each jurisdiction has to have a dedicated source of revenue, and the district has stepped up. I was proud to be a part of a council that stepped up and dedicated part of our sales taxes in order for the District of Columbia to be able to commit $50 million a year. We were the first jurisdiction in the region to do that. In anticipation of the federal government contributing up to $150 million in order to maintain the system. The district has maintained that commitment. The federal government now has indicated it will contribute $150 million. That will give us total, when all the regions are in, $300 million a year to maintain the system. That is a first step. I think we need to look at the governance model of the Metro system. It's been in place since the 1970s. The District of Columbia is still paying 38% of the cost of Metro at this stage, despite the fact that we are far and away the smallest jurisdiction participating in the Metro system. And again, I think reforming the governance model to make it a 21st century governance model will make an impact on how the system is managed.
Thank you very much.